Hi guys, welcome back. It's been too long since I last recorded a video and I have been craving to sit down and talk to you guys. I did not understand where was I in life and I just needed to figure out a lot of things myself, so I just took a break, but now I'm back. Without further ado, let's get into this. You've already read the title, I'm sure. I am going to be reviewing my top 4-star or above books of this year because I have been on a binge read journey since the start of this year. I can't believe I read 13 books until now. It's just 15th of March and I haven't read these many books combined in last 2 years. It's insane how I just got hooked to books. Come on, let's get started with this video. This was my This was my second book of the year. That was The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I heard a lot about her and I just randomly had this book picked in my Kindle, sitting there for a very long time. I had read a few pages and I had just DNF'd it. I didn't want to read it. I didn't want to continue it. And oh my god, I just picked it up randomly and this book became my 4-star read. I did not read the blurb of it before starting this book. And it's based in STEM department, fake dating trope. Dr. Adam is a gentleman, big green flag, and wow, I mean, unbelievable. How did I never started reading romance books? This book is set in a very cool space that is in chemistry lab, PhD students, fake dating, research, and all those conferences. And how does it roll in there? How does she manage to fall for this guy, or maybe not? I'm sorry for the spoiler. Next book, The Girl with No Reflection by Kesh Chaw. It's a fantasy fiction and I literally read this book in 5 freaking days. You guys have no clue. This writer wrote her debut novel and that was so good. You won't believe me. You have to read it to get to know this if you love fantasy fiction. When I started to read it, I realized it's set in the Chinese mythology, family traditions. And there is a lot of symbolism as well, like yin and yang. How this concept of a protagonist entering in reflection world and tackling her problems as a princess. This book has dragons, elixirs, servants, shackles, dungeons, poison, mirror world, whatever you like, it's in this book. And this author is mind-blowing. You have to try this book for yourself. If you love it, you love it. This will stay with you. This book has stayed with me even today. I remember the scenes from this book and I can't stop thinking about it. Coming to my next book, I literally DNF'd this book on my audiobook. I just was not in the mood to read this. But somehow I picked it up later this year. It became my first 5-star book of the year. I had heard so many reviews of this book from everyone saying that this book is like the best book, and I saw people crying. I was like, am I ready for this? I don't want to cry. I'm in a happy phase, but I still picked it up. And the book's name is The Nightingale by Christine Hanna. But this book has to be read by everyone to know how this world has been through the worst and how you are actually this tiny, your problems are this tiny. But somehow this book is historical fiction and still it makes you feel that grateful, so grateful for what you have in life. It's a powerful story of two French sisters set in World War II. One of the sisters' husband has to go for the war on the war front on French border facing towards Germany. When he's gone, she's staying with her daughter, and how one day their village is taken over by Germans and she has a German officer residing in her house. Her sister otherwise is very aggressive. She wants to fight back Germans. She doesn't approve of Nazis suppressing them. Her father sends her from Paris to her elder sister in this village, Karivo. How the story dwells from there. How Jewish children are saved by this elder sister. Who is the Nightingale, you will eventually understand in this book. But for me, this book had the best themes I have seen. I wish I could have just used this book as my English literature main project book when I was back in bachelor's. But the way the two people, husband wife, accept each other after war, that theme is presented and talked about so well in this book. I can't believe this younger sister, Isabel. How brave is she? How does she climb a big mountain just to help French people fight Nazis? How she is a big name. How her elder sister, actually Vivienne, Vian is eventually turned into a brave lady. She has to take care of so many Jewish children. But this book has to be, once in your life, you have to read this book. Okay, so then I picked up another audiobook eventually, that was the Chestnut Spring series by Alice Silver. The first book only I've read until now, Flawless. I finished it in 4 days or 5 days. It was just my random purchase. I did not anticipate this book to be so good that I gave it 4 stars. I did not expect there's a world of contemporary romance, erotic literature, and like this book was about a guy who rides bull and his babysitter slash his manager or whatever you want to call, who handles his PR and all, and how that rolls ahead. I'm sure you can predict it already, but it is spicy, which I loved for a change. I loved the way Rhett is such a badass. He has others in the house. She lives in the house where all of them live. Eventually, how he gives up his career to stay with her and how the life rolls ahead is in the next 4 books of this series. But if you love fiction and romance and all, this book is quite something you have to indulge in, I must say. Okay, coming to my most favorite series of this year until now, and that is The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. It's actually the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, but I read that book in 2023. I had to pick up the second book this year. I was contemplating for very long if I'm interested in committing to a trilogy, if I would be able to finish it. Guess what? I also read the third book and I finished it. Well, The Ballad of Never After is how the Prince of Hearts, Jax, betrays Evangeline Fox. How it's a story about an archer trying to hunt a fox. There are terrifying curses. She is married to Apollo, and how eventually it just goes in different directions. How she is fighting for Apollo and how she's fighting for their marriage when Jax is trying to just pull her away from him. There's love spell havoc happening, and at the end of this book there's a big twist, and the twist literally twists you. Stephanie will put you on a cliffhanger, and you will have to not but pick up the next book, and you will be happily ever after, I must say. I'm going to put the quotes, like the 2 quotes that I really enjoyed from this book, just for you guys to see, because they are very cute. Coming to my next book, A Curse for True Love, which is the 3rd book in the series. There's a paranormal fiction in this, and
you will not believe how cool this book is. I mean,
in some places the person leaves, some places the person comes, and I mean, Evangeline Fox is challenged to do what she never imagined she can. Whatever the twist is in the 2nd book has amazing follow-up in this book, and this book doesn't fail you at all. There is bloodshed, hearts will be stolen, true love will be put to test, and a breathlessly anticipated conclusion is what the summary says of this book. And I must say that this book really sticks to what it says.
There are like fantastic elements in this book,
which you would feel like, oh, there is a soul tree, there is a phoenix tree, and there are many elements in this book that would actually put a lot of spice to it. Of course, mind you, this book is 0 spicy. I mean, I never found a good spice in this as much as I would have expected, but it doesn't make it dull. It just builds up in this book. Here are again my The favorite trope of this book is enemies to lovers. You would love this book so much. A big thumbs up, 5-star book for me. Anyways, thank you so much guys for watching today's video. I am so happy to be back with my YouTube journey, and I'll keep you posted with my TBR of March soon. Until then, see you later. Bye.